Hey everybody, it is April 29th and it's time for my sketchbook review. Real quick, there's not that many sketches this week because I did have my finals on Monday, so I spent a lot of time last week studying, and for those of you who care, I did pass my finals and I passed my class. I did very well, but I did miss a perfect score by 1%, so I'm a little bit ticked off about that, but I passed the class and I did really good. So overall, this whole semester has been a 3.5 semester on a 4.0 scale, which means in both of my classes, they were both 89s, but colleges don't look at percentages, they look at the points. So, you know, an 85% is the same as an 89% as far as the college is concerned. But I'll just have everybody know that for the last 2 semesters, I've missed a 4.0 by 1%, so I'm very ticked off about that. But I passed, and it's like it was one of the harder courses. So, well, I guess not harder, it's just it was a lot more of putting things together and already having to have pre-knowledge of some conditions. But whatever, I'm babbling. So, just to say, I'm done. I've got like the next, I think, 7 days off before the next semester starts. Our final grades just went up today. So, I'm hoping to get a lot of art done between now and then, and just kind of tossing this out there. I do plan on opening commissions pretty soon. They will be traditional art commissions. They'll be on like 5x8 note cards. I'm thinking about making them just grayscale Copic commissions. And I don't know what I'm going to charge yet, but I know that the base cost is going to be at least $25 because of the time involved and the shipping. And the more detailed the image, the more I probably will charge. But that I will release that information later when I actually know what I want to do for sure. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So like I said, I ended last week with Carmine and Scarlett. And this week I kind of got a late start. I just started doodling a couple days ago. So some of these sketches are like, but some of them are like cool. But I've got, ooh, there's something in it. Oh, it's my pencil. Oh, there we go. Haha, I was wondering where that went. So here I've got Piper and Julius. She's got him on like, I know everyone's like thinking about dogs when they do it, but they do make kid harnesses, and they do make kid harnesses with leashes that retract. I know because I recall seeing them on TV, and I've seen them in the stores because when I used to work retail, a lot of parents would use these to keep their kids under control because they can't hang on the carts without the carts tipping over. So I kind of had the same idea for Piper and Julius, because Julius is such a rambunctious little duckling. And I imagine that she lets him have his fun of like running, and then hitting the tension and having it return and then just kind of flying back. So that's kind of what I drove. She's kind of like, whatever. Like, she's just letting him do what he wants. But I love this picture of him because he looks like he's having so much fun. And I don't get to draw happy Julius very often. It's usually maniacal or mischievous Julius. And then here I was trying to come up with an idea. I'm trying to take my character Jade and Scarlett, and I'm trying to kind of pull them off into their own little world. So I got onto this random generator, and I told myself, okay, whatever comes up, I'm going to flip-flop it. So instead of it being like typically how Jade is usually a relatively good character with bad qualities, and Scarlett is a relatively bad character with some good qualities, I was going to flip it and make Jade into the bad character with a bad quality and Scarlett into a good character with good qualities. So they had this thing about a reporter, this random generator, a reporter getting put on an assignment that like she doesn't want to be on, and she has to follow after like this after this oh, what is it, like Master Thief. And again, it all goes back to the whole Catwoman Batman thing with me, but minus the Batman and just the Catwoman. So I kind of had this idea of like Piper being like this master thief, and like nobody can catch her, and several detectives have been after her, several reporters have been after her trying to catch her and kind of get her story. And I was like, alright, so they throw this newbie on there knowing that she's not going to do very well, and we'll just say that Piper decides to start kind of using her as a means not only to get her reputation out there and known, but also to kind of, I don't know, I want to say like a sympathy thing, but also kind of like corrupting, because she like sees how good this person actually is. She's like, no, you know, it's a man's world and women are like totally like not allowed to do anything and aren't powerful, so let's go ahead and bring her up in the reporter world, and she'll owe me like later on in life or something like that. I like had this, like, I have the idea, but I don't write it down, and then I just kind of let it go wild in my head. And that's why nothing ever gets done. So I did have this idea, and I was sketching out along with it, and I kind of like the direction it was going in, and I may continue it, but I think I scrapped the idea just because I didn't, like, part of me, I've got Piper and Jade so ingrained in Trevor's mythology that I can't separate the two of them. It doesn't feel right to me. So as I was doing this, I was realizing, you know, I can't use characters, I can't use my pre-mades because, like, their mythology is so intertwined with other people's mythology, and I just don't want to, you know, deal with bringing other people's characters into it without their permission and all of that stuff. And I really wanted to get her away from the whole duck verse, but that may not happen. So I think I'm just gonna scrap this idea. I enjoyed working on it for a few minutes, but overall this idea I think is going to be scrapped. And I was working on some more Piper or Jade pictures, more action shots, and I just kind of, this was about the time I was realizing that, oh, there's a hair. How did that happen? Oh, I can't get it either. I think it's closed. Oh, it's closed in my camera case. That's cute. This was about the time I was realizing, it's like, I don't want to take her away from Trevor. I like them too much together as a pair that I can't pull them apart and just kind of toss her out there by herself. I mean, it could be like a prelude to their meeting, but it still just wouldn't fit really. So for now, I think I'm just going to kind of scrap that idea and keep it as it is, just kind of keep her in a roleplay universe. And if I want to develop something, I'll develop it on my own without other people's original characters involved, which is, like, I think why I started switching over to doing Cherry a lot more, is because she has no ties with anybody else. It's all 110% my creative freedom. I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was trying a human Piper, and I was going to put her in just a straight up suit, and then I was talking with Melicia's creator, and I don't know, I just kind of got this thought, like, we were making fun of the fact that, like, she hates her. I don't even know if she hates her. I don't think Melicia actually hates Piper. I think she hates the fact that she's married to Trevor, but it probably ends there. And honestly, that really isn't a reason to hate anybody, and I don't see her as being even that petty, but whatever. I mean, but Piper doesn't, you know, Piper, for those of you who don't follow, obviously there's a lot of you who are on my art streams who don't. Piper doesn't like Melicia because of some of the things that she's done before they even knew who each other were. So really, she didn't know her, and oh god, people are probably going to murder me for saying it, but she does feel for Melicia, like, through roleplay, through character development of the two, just in observance, Piper has actually come to understand Melicia a little bit better, to the point where she doesn't, like, hate her and want her to die, but would never ever let her watch her kids. So that's where they stand. She doesn't actively seek out to destroy her anymore. Like, at one point she was really considering it, but, like, Tide has tempered her temper. So yeah, but they've never met as Jade and Melicia, and I just imagine, like, Jade is, like, being all sneaky going in to steal a diamond or something, and she's, like, in what's that called? What kind of gear? Oh, I don't know what it's called. I asked my husband too, because I couldn't remember what it was called. Is it rappelling gear, whatever. The stuff that you use to go up and down mountains. And she's going in to like get the diamond, and she kind of, like, gets it, and then Melicia's like, hey, don't I know you from, like, out of nowhere, just like, boom, there she is, and just kind of messed Jade up, because obviously Jade is, even as Jade and Piper, still knows who Melicia is, but Melicia, from what I understand, doesn't really connect the dots sometimes when it comes to masks and non-masks. So we'll see. But yeah, I put this up on Tumblr, and, like, yeah, so you guys may have already seen that one. All right, let's get on with this, because it's already 9 minutes long and I've just been babbling. Then I was working on a child version of Cherry. I kind of wanted her to be this very, pardon the pun, but mousy. But, and Lily, right now, because you're bothering me, not bothering me, that's the wrong word, I don't mean that word that way, but you're poking me in instant message right now, like as I'm recording, and that's why I'm not replying to you, and I'm really, really sorry. I need to get this recording done because the upload takes forever. So I'm gonna hurry up through this and then I'll reply to you. I'm sorry, I love you! Anyway, so I've got her as a kid, and I was thinking that she's like a very quiet, very shy sort of child, and that changes as she gets older, but I just like this idea, but I think I'm going to scrap it. I think I'm just going to keep them as teenagers, because, yeah. And then I put her in hooker gear. I don't know why. I just wanted to draw. I saw this dress in a comic book, and I was like, yes, I'm going to draw this dress. So I did. And again, the only thing I could seem to draw was Cherry. So I drew her, and then drew her again. And this is actually very messed up proportions. So yeah, yikes. And then I was going to do a back view of everything. And then I was like, I think this was the night before my test. So I just kind of, no, it wasn't the night before my test. It was the Saturday before my test. So I was trying to get on a sleep schedule. So I gave up. But this is actually a pretty good angle. And then I did some Trevor and Piper because they are my default couple. I do like drawing them together. And 9 times out of 10, it's them sleeping because they've got all those kids. And what else are you going to do but sleep? But yeah, so I've got them sleeping. And she's actually got a jewel little thing in her hand because she's always like stealing and trying to hide things on him. So he doesn't know that she's doing it, even though he's completely aware that she does it. It's really cute, guys. And yeah, I like it. But yeah, just them sleeping, chilling. And then I've got Piper and Lydia here. And it's kind of like a chibi version. And she's like holding this little gem right here for Lydia to look at. And Lydia's all like, ooh, because she's a baby. And then I got Jog and Piper here. And then I got Trevor standing there eating a candy bar. This is real life. I want you all to know that this right here, this is real life. Because the same thing happens with me. Is I'll go jogging and running. And I run like 10 miles. I can't run right now because my foot's all jacked up. But I run 10 miles and like I'm trying to get in shape and I'm trying to be all hot and awesome, and then my husband walks in eating a candy bar or a donut or a punchki or whatever, and I'm like, hey, you bastard, I totally want that candy bar, I totally want that donut, I totally want the junk food, but whatever. But this is real life, guys, just so you know. That's real married life. Okay, I'm trying to turn the page here. Okay. Oh, and then this, Deadpool, and he's got a Hello Kitty umbrella. And for those of you who are unaware, that part of my weekend was spent actually doing a finalized version of it. Ha ha ha. And I titled it, You Could Stand Under My Umbrella, Ella. Okay, alright, I'm done with that. But I inked it, I did line it in blue. And I can go in and up the contrast and make that disappear in Photoshop. I just didn't because I like to post things as they are originally. And yeah, and I used that new brush pen that my awesome buddy gave me. And yeah, so I got to actually use my brush pen, and I did it on Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool. And then I drew a penguin saying, I'll stand under your umbrella. And then I was drawing chibis that I never finished. And then I drew this dork because I said to myself, you will draw the next thing that comes up on your Twitter, on your Twitter page. And it just happened to be Aaron Moxings. I think it's pronounced Moxings. It could be Moxings. I don't know, whatever. But he does, oh crap. Keeping Up with Thursdays. There we go. I was like, I know what it is. It has something to do with Thursday. And I'm just drawing a blank because it's not like a typical title that I'm used to. But yeah, and he has that character Vinny. And if I recall correctly, Vinny does not have his glasses at the moment. But I like him with his glasses because there's not enough characters out there that wear glasses. So whenever I see people who actually willingly put that I'm not saying defect, but that characteristic on a character, it makes me very happy because I totally wear glasses and they make my eyes huge and blah 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 blah. So I like totally sympathize with glasses wearing characters. I was trying to stylize Maria from Book of Life, and I just gave up. And then I drew Deadpool and Pikachu, and there's absolutely no rhyme or reason why I drew Deadpool and Pikachu other than I just drew Deadpool and Pikachu. And really, does it need any more explanation than that? And then I got back to doing Maria. Now I was trying to do like the original, like, because they're based on wooden puppetries or puppets, but I kind of stray away from that because I do like more human. I totally dig the design. I really love it. Like, the whole movie is gorgeous, but to draw it for me is like, I can't make it look. If I can't make it look right, I just default to what I do, because I am lazy like that. So I was drawing Maria, and yeah, I kind of got everything there. And then I kind of did a more humanoid version of her. It kind of reminds me, like, the way I draw her is more like Meg from Hercules, but whatever. But I drew Maria, and I love Maria, and I think I'm going to do a card of Maria as an example. And I was drawing Maria and her pig, and I just kind of gave up. And then I don't know what this was going to be. It's kind of derpy, but that was all I drew last night. So yeah, that's this week's video. Again, there's not very much, just because again, I had my tests I had to study for, and then like yesterday I spent most of the day running around getting books for school and getting supplies for school, because I'm going into a new semester, so I always re-up my supplies every semester. And I was out of Scantrons, and God knows how often I've been stuck at a test with no Scantron. It's happened once, and I never want it to ever happen ever again. So I have like 50 Scantrons now. I spent all my money on Scantrons. But yeah, so I think I'm going to finish this, and I might give it off as a gift. I haven't decided yet, so like, Aaron, if you're watching this, dude, I'll let you know. Because if I do like an actual hard copy of it, and if you'll let me use it in like a promotion for my commissions, then I'll just send you the original for free, just because that's kind of like the trade-off. Is like, let me use it in a promotion and I'll give you the free art. And the same with GS. I'm probably going to use the Trevor one in the promotion, and I'll send you the original, just because honestly it is just sitting around my house doing absolutely nothing, so I may as well send it off to somebody, and it may as well be the original creators. But other than that, that's it for this week. I'm hoping, since I'm going to have a little bit more time, that I'll be able to do a lot more drawing this week. I really don't have anything planned out for the rest of the week, and it's supposed to be gorgeous this weekend. And I know I wanted to go to the park and do some wildlife photography, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, oops, I forgot to turn my sound off. I thought I turned it off. Oh, well. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. If not, then whatever. I think I start next Wednesday or next Thursday, so I'll at least get one video done before school starts, unless I can sit down and record myself doing like a inking video, which I kind of want to do. But we'll see what happens. Last time I tried it, failed miserably, but that's life, I guess. Anyway. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. You can send me messages on my Facebook page. You can send me messages on my DeviantArt. Yeah, so everybody have a really, really awesome week, and I'll see y'all later.